did not have a lot of experience, and GHADERIAN, I guess, broke him in a nice way. It would be the proper
as nice as
wording.
you can on a wrestling mat, I suppose. I think that's one of the things that the United World Wrestling Federation is doing, is trying to develop the sport of wrestling in a lot of places where you don't expect there to be wrestling. All you need is a space, a mat, a place to train, and shoes. I mean, you don't even need shoes. You could do it barefoot if you had to. So,
what are some of those countries? You know, we've talked about the traditional powers. Do you see some of these countries jumping into the fray a little bit? Who should we keep an eye on in this sport?
Well, I mean, you're looking at an Iranian here that traditionally hasn't been very strong in the Greco-Roman ranks. And in the last few years, they've really made an effort and have several guys that are doing very, very well on the world stage. They're traditionally very strong in freestyle. It's their national sport, wrestling. So, you know, when I wrestled the Iranians, that was a better draw. If you had the Iranian in an earlier round. Not so much anymore.
Not the case.
GHADERIAN, very fluid. You see how he'll push, wait till he feels a little resistance, and he'll back up and try to create an attack off of that. Does a nice job of controlling the wrists. Kazakhstan wrestler going to the collar tie and trying to move the Iranian's head around. DILMUKHAMEDO, that's a mouthful.
Attention.
Ranked 17th. He lost a heartbreaker in the quarters 3-2, but he eliminated Pat Martinez of the United States. Coming back to earn a spot here in the bronze medal match.
Again, you're seeing the Iranian block and meet that pressure of the Kazakhstani wrestler, and then he'll release that pressure and flow and move him and create that off balance.
Stop. Red by seat. Blue. Red. Position.
So we're going to get a first shot at parterre here for the Iranian. Kazakhstan being warned for passivity the second time now.
Blue, contact.
Here goes the parterre.
Stop. Attention. Contact.
Wants a good solid contact. No advantage. Guys are going to try to jump there and anticipate that whistle. Good solid lock here by the Iranian. He's going to try and jump to a gut wrench or stand and lift.
Action, Blue.
Kazakhstan, there's the gut wrench attempt. Nice. Followed through and popped to get the 2-point exposure. Almost looked like the Kazakhstan wrestler was going to step over and counter the gut wrench attempt, but the Iranian doing a nice job of following through, popping his hips and getting the Kazakhstan wrestler to turn all the way over and expose his back. Out of balance, both guys up now. A little bit of a bloody lip by GHADERIAN, the Iranian. DILMUKHAMEDO is going to have to turn it up. Down 2-0 now with 20 seconds left in this period. Snap down attempt by the Iranian.
Doctor.
Here's a blood timeout. Take a look at the lip of the Iranian, GHADERIAN. I don't think there's anything serious there.
So we'll take a time to get that cleaned up.
Mr. Jim Porter, one of our athletic training staff here on site, take care of any of the training needs for any of the athletes competing in the World Championships here. And I swear, I think I've known him for about 30 years.
It's helped you a time or two?
A time or two.
GHADERIAN getting patched up here, his lip. He was able to take advantage of the parterre. That's been the only offense so far. 2 minutes, 51 seconds into this first period. Bronze medal for the 80 kilos. As we go back to the
gut
only
wrench.
offense.
Iranian loads him up, pops his hips. Legs get a little tangled there, but he was able to, had the power to really pop his hips and get the back exposure for the 2 points on the gut wrench. Almost held him there.
Okay.
Here we go. Start the match again with short time left in the first period. less than 10 seconds.
DILMUKHAMEDO will go down 2-0 as we get set for the start of the second period.
Get a minute break here, get a little water, get some air, dry them off a little bit.
Anything you notice that the Pakistani wrestler might be able to do to generate some type of offense?
He's starting to go to the head more of the Iranian wrestler, try and create some pressure and snap down. See if he goes back to that tactic and technique in the second, but he really has to open up and get something moving. The Iranian's doing a great job of keeping him off balance by blocking, meeting his pressure, his forward pressure. When he feels it, he takes that half step back and moves out of the way, almost like a bullfighter, just like that right there. Meet that forward pressure, the Kazakhstani, and then he'll pull and release and use that change in angle to create an attack. You see the Kazakhstani still coming to that collar tie, trying to snap the head of the Iranian GHADERIAN. DILMUKHAMEDO has to get something moving here. At least work hard and try and get a passivity call and get some chance on top of this Iranian in the disadvantaged position in the parterre.
Blue attack.
There's the first verbal warning on blue. And there's a passivity call on blue.
Red.
So,
Stop. Doctor.
So an opportunity
Doctor.
from the top position.
parterre here for Kazakhstan. DILMUKHAMEDO is going to get a chance on top.
Bleeding.
Got a little bit of blood on the mat, I think. I'm going to take some blood time here. Again, to clean up the lip and mouth of GHADERIAN. And here we go for a parterre position.
Contact.
DILMUKHAMEDO is going to get a chance on top. He's got a lock right away. Goes for the trapped arm gut wrench. Trying to run him over that far side arm and turn him with that trapped arm. Here's, the Iranian slick, got that arm free. Now he's got both his arms trying to defend this gut wrench attempt. Look for the Kazakhstani to jump to his feet and try and lift. Not gonna happen. Great defense by GHADERIAN. Oh, he just slid his, like a snake crawl across the mat. Very heavy crawl on that lock. And moved at just the right times to keep the Kazakhstani off balance and not let him get anything started.
Yeah, it looked like initially that DILMUKHAMEDO had a chance there with that arm lock.
He did. He drove him over that far side arm and had it trapped for a split second. The Iranian able to get the arm free and keep from being turned in the gut wrench to that side.
Halfway through this second and final period, 2-0. The Islamic Republic of Iran with the lead.
Kazakhstan has really got to turn it up. Try and get another passivity call here. I don't see him getting this Iranian out of position at all. He's giving up ground and giving up mat space. He's going to get called for passivity again himself. He's got his head down. There they warn him to get his head up. I think we're going to see another passivity call against DILMUKHAMEDO. Again, red head up call for Kazakhstan to get his head up and take hold. And the Iranian just plods forward, keeping the pressure on, looking for that passivity call again. And about 15 seconds left in the match here. I think the referees are going to let it stand. They're not going to be a passivity call here. There's a little attack, level change in attack by the Kazakhstani. DILMUKHAMEDO. And there's the match. 2-0 win for Iran and GHADERIAN.
Yusuf GHADERIAN with his first